Hey everyone, welcome back to Automate with Amit. In this video series where I am covering Cursor AI for beginners, and we are building a website completely from scratch without using a single piece of code, and we are just using Cursor AI to build the website from scratch. And in my previous video I was trying to deploy that particular video. So in this video we are going to continue the same, where we are going to deploy the front end part of the application. In my previous video we have deployed backend service of the application. So in this whole series basically we have created the website from scratch, then we tested it, then we deployed it. So a lot of things we have done, and you can check out my previous videos on the Cursor AI, and you can also see if you are looking for something related to Cursor AI, then this video is definitely, or this video series is definitely going to help you. But before we begin, if you are new here and watching me for the first time, please make sure to subscribe the channel. I keep on posting the videos related to software testing, AI, and a lot of AI tools which are getting used in software testing industry. A quick update from my side. So we are going to start Playwright batch for beginners. So if you are someone who don't know how to work with Playwright, and Playwright is going to be the next automation tool after Selenium. So Selenium has ruled on the automation testing industry for decade, but now Playwright is coming fast into the market, and it's has all the AI related features and all. So right now any different tool which you want to learn is Playwright. So if you already know Selenium, then this particular Playwright automation tool is definitely going to enhance and boost your career. So do check out the description. I have given the details in there of the batch, and if you have any questions or queries related to the batch, or how are we going to learn and what different things we are going to cover, or any doubt related to Playwright batch, then you can go and check out the link in the description. I have provided the specific link, and you can book a one-on-one call with me, and I am going to provide we can talk one-on-one, and we'll sort your queries out. So do check out in the comment, and let's continue the video. So without any delay, let's come to the screen. Okay, so for those who are seeing this for the first time, this was the application. This was basically a to-do application, and it is running on my local host. And over here, if you see, we can we can log in and log out also on this using some user credentials. And if I sign in, I have this dashboard where I can see total tasks completed and in progress and overdue, and I can create different tasks in here, and I can search the task, and also I can mark their progress, whether it's pending or completed. So like this I can change the status of these also, and I can filter out also based on the certain criterias. So these things we can do, and previously we were using render to deploy backend service. In this particular video we are going to see we are going to do the deployment on Vercel. So on Vercel, basically, if you see, you can build and deploy on the AI cloud. So Vercel provides the developers tools and cloud infrastructure to build, scale, and secure a faster, more personalized web thing. So this video is not a paid video by Vercel. So over here, basically, I found that Vercel lets us deploy for free, and I can get the URL for free to access my website. So that's why we chose Vercel. And if you are new here, just you have to sign up once, and sign up with your GitHub account. So if you don't have GitHub account, then you need to create your GitHub account, and I'm going to log in here because I already had logged in using my GitHub. So as soon as I log in, I see this over here. And now let's come back to our Cursor code, where we have deployment related instructions given by Cursor only. So over here, just a quick overview of our code over here. So this everything has been written by Cursor AI only. So over here, if you see deployment summary, I have some piece of instructions over here. So for front end, basically we have to use Vercel over here. So deployment summary, platform information, buy, cost, features, and everything. Now if I go on beginner deployment guide, so in here basically deploy backend, which we already did, and now the deploying the front end part over here, connect to Vercel. We already signed up with GitHub account. Now I need to click on create new project. So I'll come here and create new project, and over here it says that import git repositories. So basically you need to provide the access of your GitHub project which you have already uploaded in GitHub. So I'm just logging in or importing my GitHub repositories over here, and if you are not able to, then you need to click on add GitHub account, and you will be able to add your GitHub account in here. So since I have added, that's why it appearing over here. So this is the application basically which I had created. So I'll import this one only. So let's see what it says. After clicking new project, import your directory to do app deployment. Okay, so what I'll name this framework. So to do app for YouTube, this is the project name, that's fine. And framework preset others, it's showing we have used React basically. So let's see, configure frontend. So create a React app, it says configure frontend. Okay, create React app. So okay, create React app root directory frontend. So basically we need to pass in here the root directory is frontend for us. This everything is getting selected by our repository only. So frontend build command npm run build, this everything has been given build command. So build command over here, I'm giving npm run build, output directory is build. Okay, add environment variable, create. Okay, so environment variable. Okay, key should be React app API URL, and so basically over here we need to pass on the backend name on render.com. So for this we need to go on render. So I'll just go on render here. So here you have to log into render, and in previous video basically we had deployed, so all services are up and running. Over here this to do app backend actually I had deployed. So this is the to do app backend is the URL it is asking. So here I'll provide the URL and I'll come back and deploy frontend. So click deploy. So that's it, and I'll click on deploy. Let's see if it builds and it is working fine or not. So let's wait for few minutes, and then once this deployment goes successful, then we'll be able to access. Okay, perfect. So see, right now we got congratulations, you just deployed a new project to Amit's project. So now my website is live, it seems. I'll go continue to the dashboard, and yeah, so domains to do app for youtube.vercel.app. Great. So I'm able to access with this to do app for youtube.vercel.app/login. So let's see if I am able to log in using one of the users, or I am able to sign up at least. Okay, so let me create one user account over here and let's see if this works. Okay, so if I just click on create account, so this registration is failing. So let's see what is happening. Maybe we can check what is happening. So I don't see anything in here. Your free registration deployment is live, so everything is good. Okay, so let's ask Cursor only. Let's see if this is able to resolve this issue. So I'll say I have already deployed backend. I feel database is not proper, due to which user is not getting registered. Let's see what it gives. Okay, so now if you see, it has done some changes, key changes made, const API URL backend, yeah, app.py. So backend and frontend, it has made some changes related to database persistence, Postgres, SQL on render persist data between deployments. Frontend now calls your actual block backend, not localhost. Backend now runs properly on renders infrastructure. So, okay, so after you update the environment variables and redeploy, your user registration and login should work perfectly. So, okay, so let me ask, where to update. Okay, so we need to go on render, then backend service, the where environment tab, add these environment variables and click add variables and add each one. So okay, so let's go in here and let's go on settings, and in here in the environment variables, so I am going to update this database URL. Okay, so for resolving this database related issue, I have just clicked on new and clicked on Postgres. Basically, we have to create Postgres also. So over here, if you see in previously when we were deploying the backend, it was saying add Postgres database also. So we need to click on Postgres to do app, plan free, create database, external database URL, copy the external database URL, go back and update the environment variable. So over here we have selected all the details. To do app, in here to do app, this is the database name, this is the database user, and nothing else. Just I have selected free and just create database. So for free we will only be getting some amount, like 1 GB of database. So let's see, in a few seconds it will be done, and then we have to update it in our project, and after that we will be able to access. Okay, so this has been created. Now I need to connect this. So external database, so over here copy the external database URL. So I am just going to copy this external database URL and I'll go back to my to do app in here on the dashboard, and my project and to do app backend, and I'll update this here. I'll update in the settings part, where no environments basically. So I need to update this new variable value over here, and the variable name, which is database URL. So this database URL, it will show over here. Okay, external database URL, use this as your database URL. Okay, perfectly fine. So I have created it. Save, rebuild and deploy. Okay, so this application will again be redeployed and updated environment variables for this service, and let's see what happens. Okay, so now it is deploying again. So as soon as you push the changes in repository, it automatically deploys. So database tables created successfully. So I'll let you know what was the problem. Basically, database was not prepared, and that's why that was the problem. So previously we were using Postgres, and we added some fallback database also. So right now you see everything is done, is not available, that's fine, but we have created the SQLite. So falling back to SQLite database, so we are using this one and database created successfully. Now if I just go back and hit this create account, my user should get registered. Okay, perfect. So user get registered and I can add task. So far, if you liking the video and you are till this point and haven't subscribed, then it is task for you. Subscribe the channel. It takes a lot of efforts to create such videos, so please subscribe. And task is also getting created. So if I just I can mark these task in progress, completed, and completed. All the task status is also getting created. So if I just go back and log out and try to test user 3 and test, if I just try to do this, and I am able to log in. Perfect. Okay, so now application is perfectly live and it is working fine. A to-do app for youtube.vercel.app. So I'll provide this URL to you also in the description, and you can go and check out and see if you are able to create user and use this application. So we have created the application from scratch using Cursor AI without writing a single piece of code, and we faced a lot of challenges also in the meanwhile while we were doing coding and then deploying and understanding few things. So everything we had learned from very basics, very scratch, to the point where we have deployed our application and it's completely live on the internet. So you can also check out. And yeah, so that was all in this particular video, and I hope this video was helpful and you got some insights on this. And do let me know in the comment how you liked this video series, and if you want to watch more video series like this. Thank you and see you in the next one.